Rally to ICE, gold futures on a 60-minute time frame. So this is the opposite of the back up to the edge of the creek setup. So this is our creek here, resistance. As we drive through, we come back and we look for longs. So support is now ICE. And this is a very, very important setup. I trade this weekly, in fact 2 to 3 times a week on intraday time frames, so 5, 10, 15 minutes, and you will every fortnight or so you'll also get one on higher time frames like 4 hour or 60-minute, depending on how many markets you trade. And for my personal trading, the rally to ICE is a lot more precise than the back up to the edge of the creek. For some reason we test more at ICE than we do, say we break through here with the back up to the edge of the creek, we can hold a higher level of support rather than coming back down to test. So this is for my own personal markets and the personality of the instruments I trade. Okay, it's for you to do and know the intimacy of your instruments. So let's take a brief analysis. Clearly we're in a trading range. We break down, and this is our rally to ICE, and this is our setup. But as you know, we're going to dig deep and we're going to dissect the chart and pick it apart. Let's pretend we start here. So we're starting here. None of this exists. But the first thing that grabs my attention is that all the down bars have high volume. That's the very first thing I would notice. So in my mind's eye, sellers are in control. They're taking charge. This is how I would operate. This is how I think and analyze this chart. And then next I would go to A. What do we notice at A? Well, clearly we have the same volume, so the same force, where the spread has narrowed. So we know selling is in this bar, and where are we? At resistance. So there must be selling in this bar. And then as we push up, we do break, but as we push up, no volume. Don't forget Wyckoff, it takes equal or greater volume. This is our anchor bar from the original resistance point. Does this look like we should break? No. Then we have a local level of resistance where we hold. We can clearly see prices rejecting to go higher after we notice the shortening of the thrust with selling, and we've noticed a weak attempt to break with low volume. And then we drop back inside the trading range. We drop, volume increases. Then as we get back inside the trading range, boom, look at the volume. Supply has emerged. We're instantly met with good selling. Can you see that? We increase as we come down, and then we get a good break as soon as we start. There's good surge in volume as soon as we start trading back within our trading range. Then we hold. We go sideways. Don't forget this is a 60-minute time frame, so we hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for 9 hours. We go nowhere. We try to rally, and volume declines. Okay, and then we get to C, which is no demand. There is no demand at resistance after a failed break, and we have selling in the background directly behind us and over here. We could short C very, very comfortably. We can go deeper into this price action. These two bars here are exactly the same as these two bars, yet with much lower volume. The spreads decline. The second bar, the spread declines. The spread declines. These two bars are the same, yet with a lower amount of force. And if we can't break on these two bars with this volume, what are the odds of these two bars breaking here? Very, very low. We go sideways here for a few hours. and then boom, we break this support, we fall down, we break this little local level over here, and we break through our main resistance, and we do so on increasing volume. And note the break, wide spread, over 50% of the bar is under our level with high volume. This is a clean, decisive, validated break. So from D, we trade sideways, unable to rally. Then we get this bar, breaks above this level of this local level of resistance before hitting our head against our main resistance level, and may appear to be scary, but one thing we need to concern ourselves with, or not to concern ourselves with, is the volume. This is the volume. Don't forget volume. Wyckoff states it takes equal or greater volume. Look how low that volume is in comparison. Okay, now this doesn't mean I would short this bar. Far from it. There's nothing to be concerned with. It acts like an upside shakeout. Okay, and then E, boom. We pop our heads above, reverse to close weak back on its lows. We can instantly short this bar. It's up thrust, and it's a hidden up thrust bar. And this is a classic rally back to ice setup. This bar is a clear rejection of higher prices. That also induces a mild bull trap. It's just testing, just to make sure there's no demand here. Just to make sure. So by piecing structure, a little volume bar analysis, noticing, shortening of the thrust and a foul break, supply entering, then no demand, and then we break decisively with valid, good price action and volume. We piece together a good story to take a trade, and it's a decent trade. Hopefully you can see the clarity from just a little bit of analysis. We don't need to analyze all of these bars. Why? Because we're in the middle of a trading range of structure. It will be on a watch list. Don't forget, this is a 60-minute time frame. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's taken 6 days for this trade to evolve. We don't sit there intently. But when we do notice a break, then don't get me wrong, we'd still analyze all the selling. And then when we get this break, now we pay attention. Now we're looking to see the price bar volume interaction at this level. Okay? This is how we trade. This is what we do. And this is our rally back to ice setup. And of course, a foul break doesn't hurt. It's always a good hint for lower prices. Are there any questions?